He said, that's all fine, but what is this Mahanata? Can we give the explanation of point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H? What is it we wanted to find out? So, we got, and when we asked many people, they said, yes, hey, there is something, but what is there we do not know. We are not going to explain to you. So we said, why not we explain to our youngsters what this India is about, what this land is about, what this civilization is about. So what this land is about, what this civilization is about. So we wanted to understand it, so we took the effort. Then we asked many people. Everybody said, yes, somebody has to do it. Now who is that somebody? So then we both decided to personally get into that being that somebody. Because you know, you all heard of a saying, somebody has to, anybody can do it, but somebody has to do it, but nobody does it. So why not we be that somebody is what we thought, and we started preparing on this. So we took up it as an effort, mission, or whatever they call it, on understanding. So we called it Bharat. Obviously our land is Bharatham. BharathGyan. It's an anglicized form of our way of Jnanam. So Jnanam is not, do you know, incidentally, the English word knowledge, to know, comes from the word Jnanam. You know the text in Europe, Gospel, Gnostics, have the same virtue, have the same root in Jnanam. Jnana. Look at that. In that connection, it's not only Inaikam Bharatham, Inaikam, number Logame. That's what it is. Number Logam na solrom. Alhana vaartha Tamil. What is the word for loka, locum in English? World, no. Ulagam, yes. Ulagam comes from word logam, Tamil, English. Location, locomotive, locale. Look at that. The word for that location, you think it's an English word, but it's actually a root word from us. Ulagam, logam. What does it mean? An inhabited place is a logam. There is no habitation, it cannot be logam. So, makkal jeevan vaalda logam adu. Yes.
So, to take off from there, we saw Honorable Governor saying that the purpose of this program is to familiarize you with Bharat. We all have studied about India. Now, in the next 2 days, we will get into the spirit of Bharat. We will understand what is Bharat, because we are all part of this Bharat. So, first point, let us look at how do we get the name Bharat. Why are we called? Why is this land called Bharat? Anybody? Anyone knows the meaning of why we are called Bharat? Please feel free. We'll ask questions. Any of you knows, please stand up. You can sit and answer. Yes, please. Sorry? Due to King Bharata. Very good. Very good, very good. Excellent.
Bharat itself is not. Yes. So the Raja also.
You are also right. She is also right. The point is that king got the name Bharat because the word Bharatam, Bharat means something. With king you have Shakuntala's son Dushyant, Shakuntala and Dushyant's son Bharat. You have so many. There is even much before him. Honorable Governor spoke about people coming. Bhadrabahu with 12,000 people coming to Shravana Belagola, right? Who stands in Shravana Belagola? What is Shravana Belagola famous for?
Anybody? There's some person, very tall person standing in Shravana Belagola. Huh? Mahavir. I want more specifics. Mahavir. Bahubali, sir is saying Bahubali. How many of you know Bahubali?
Not the film.
Bahubali தெரியாதா? ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கு. Bahubali, strong shouldered person, but Shravana Belagala, Urla, Mysore Pakatla, Malamala, I'm so sure sir has been there. You got a statue for Gomateshwara. The name is Gomateshwara, but he is Bahubali. Who is Bahubali's brother is what we'll see as we go along. Bahubali had a brother.
So this Bahubali, he had a brother and his brother's name was Bharata. Bharata. So he is very, very ancient. Because his father, Bahubali and Bharata's father, are there any Jains here in this group? Anybody who is a Jain? Okay. One of the first Tirthankar for the Jains, she spoke about Mahavir, right?
He is the 24th.
He is the 24th. But who is the first? He is Rishabdev, Adinath, Rishabdev. That is the name of the first Tirthankar in the Jain lineage. And Bahubali and Bharata were his sons. So that far back. And who is this Rishabdev and Adinath? If you see, their lineage is called Ikshvaku. And does this name ring a bell to any of you? Ikshvaku?
Ikshvaku lineage.
Does anybody know? Yes. Rama, Ayodhya, the king of Ayodhya, Ram, and his dynasty. His forefathers, they all come from Ikshvaku lineage. So look at this, how connected we are. One side you have Rishabdev and the first Tirthankar in the Jain tradition. He is an Ikshvaku. Here you have Rama and his forefathers going back to Ikshvaku lineage. And this Ikshvaku lineage, that Bharata, Bharata, his name is also Bharata and the land is also called Bharata. So what does this Bharata mean? Why did people... See, somebody has given you a name. See, you have a name Meenakshi here in Tamil Nadu, right? What does it mean? Somebody who has eyes which are as beautiful as a fish. They are shaped like a fish. You have Kamalakannan, somebody whose eyes are like a Kamalam lotus. Right? So many such names you have. They all have a meaning. So Bharatam also has a meaning. And that meaning is, we will see here, in our constitution we say India, that is Bharat. We have both these names.
We have two names for our land. Be clear about it.
And the word Bharat comes from Bha. First, one part of it, Bha means, typically at a very, very basic level, it means light. It means Oli. Bha, Bhaskaram. So many people are called Bhaskar, right?
Bhaskar,
Tamil Nadu, Kerala,
Bhaskar, Bhanumati.
Bhanu, Bhanumati. So Bha means light, glow.
Suryanuku per Bhaskaran. Liya, Tamil Suryanuku per Bhaskaran.
And Ratham, Ratha means to relish. Do you know we have the Lord of love and like you say in English you have Cupid. In Indian tradition there is one divinity who is associated with love. What is he called? Manmadan. Right, Manmadan. What is his wife's name, his consort's name? Rati. Look at the beautiful way. See, Manmata is not a person.
It can be also. You are all Manmadans. All these people are Manmadans here.
But that Manmata we are talking about is the concept of love and beauty which exists. And look at it, love is there. At the same time, there is this aspect of relishing, which is Rati. Right? Rati is to relish. So you relish anything that is beautiful, that is relishing.
What is the word we say in Tamil for it? Rasanai, Rasika. Ilaya, the Alaha Rasikaro, Rasanai, Rati. Only if there's something nice you can relish it. Isn't it so beautiful? Isn't it? So, Rasanai, Rasika, Rati. So, Manmadan. Manmadan, where do you feel the love? In your manas, not in your Bahubali shoulder. That's to show off the strength. But The feeling is in your manas. That's why it's Manmadan. Look at the way the name is given. It's not given some other name. Every name has a reasoning behind it. Every word. That's why you see Manmadan Radhi. Do you know where's a beautiful, the most, I've seen lot of sculptures and paintings of Manmadan and Radhi in different parts of Bharatham, in different parts of Tamil Nadu. Do you know where's one of the most beautiful ones is? Kutralamla, Chitra Sabaila, in Kutralam, many people go to Kutralam Arivi and come back. Kutralam Parage, Kutralishwara Kovil Rikku, Adil Pakatha Ratna Sabai Rikku. Or Sabai, Chidambaram or Sabai. Kutralam is a Sabai. So, and the Sabai is an original painting. Of course, now it's slightly retouched up painting of Madira and Manmata painting, beautiful painting.
And look at his name, Manmatam. Matha is intellect. Mativanan. Mati means intellect. Mativanan, one who is so intellectual. That's why you could name somebody Mativanan in Tamil Nadu. And Yanek enna padiko? Madam. That is also when it's intellect, when its brain, it gets affected. Then you call it Madam Pidicha Yanai. Mati is
Bharata. And whether we have a name Bharat or Bharata or Bharati, we are all Bharatis, we are all Bharatas. By virtue of people belonging to the Bharata civilization. So whether our parents named us that way or not, we all relish knowledge. Inherently. See, one of the beautiful things, the reason why you're made up of your character. And what makes up your character? It is the place from which you come. It is the place, the topology and the climate.
Hydrology.
When you understand yourself better and act to your strengths, you lend character to the land as well. The land lends character to you, you lend back character to the land. So that is how you have made this land, the people, our forefathers, have made this land Bharata, a land where the people cherish knowledge, relish knowledge.
What is called chronologia. Sometimes it's a bit of a customer, but there's an English word called chronologia. That's what. Now, 10 people of knowledge. I wanted to pause calling itself a land of knowledge. What an honor that 7,000, 8,000 years back, our ancestors thought it fit to call ourselves as a land of knowledge. The word English was already it actually comes from not the England island, it is an island between England and mainland Europe. England. In your passport or your Aadhaar card, because you're all seekers of knowledge. That is what the beauty of it is.
And who else has said, see, we say we are Bharat, we are from Bharat, we are Bharati, we are saying we like knowledge. But is there somebody else also who is vouching for it? Somebody's hand is up, yes? Yeah, please.
India, I think we'll come to it. Sir, you have a good question. At least, and the Nokataporo. We want to be knowledgeable. One, hold your question. We'll take the same point of yours by the end of the, because we will cover these points. Thank you for this point.
So let us see who else has vouched for us, okay?
See, the way the Indian civilization is the ancient, old civilization, we have one other civilization which is almost equally ancient. Which is that civilization? The Chinese civilization, China civilization. So we'll see how they saw the world as 5 parts, 5 civilizations. Let's see what they saw. In their view, then, the king of China was king of humans, because people listen to obedient authority. Even now they listen to obedient authority. They won't do anything more. And the Turk, they are all courageous, strong, ferocious people. So king of lions, Singham avangalla. Angu Singham chinnam irukku avangalukku. Persia, Euphrates Tigris river land, so very popular, fertile land, very populated place, Farsi land. So they call themselves king of kings. Romans are physically handsome people, so Roma, handsome people. But when they came to Bharatham, என்ன சொன்னாங்க அவங்க? King of wisdom. They didn't talk about your physique. They didn't talk about you are a செழிப்பான land. Sufalam. இது வந்தே மார்க்கம் வருது பாட்டு. So we are a prosperous land. So no, but still the China Nat civilization, which is so many thousand kilometers away across the Himalayas, they looked at 5 parts of the world, but they called India as king of wisdom. So you calling yourself is one, a neighbor calling you is something. That means உங்ககிட்ட அந்த குணம் வந்து நீங்க வெளிப்படுத்திருக்கீங்க. So ஒரு யூனிவர்சிட்டி மாத்திரம் பிகாஸ் நலந்தா யூனிவர்சிட்டி ரொம்ப பிரபலமான பெரிய யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஹானரபிள் கவர்னர் சொன்னார். But as a civilization, you showed that you were knowledgeable. For your neighbor to call you so. And China, we call them China. China என்ற வார்த்தை actually என்ன அர்த்தம்? It's not their name. China na land to the east. China என்ற வார்த்தைக்கு அர்த்தமே land to the east. East of what? East of Bharatham. So their connecting point was Bharatham. So land to the east. Look at that. They named themselves so. They didn't name themselves based on themselves. They named themselves based on you. Whereas you named yourself based on your seeking knowledge.
And remember this point, okay? When will you seek knowledge? When you are hungry, will you seek knowledge? When you are hungry, you are going to seek
Food.
Food, right? So, and to get that food, what are you going to do? You are going to indulge in lot of, let's say, agriculture. We have got so many people attending from Agriculture University, Coimbatore, and also you are going to look for agriculture. You have got fisheries. So, food is going to be your adharam. All your search, your attention will be on food. Once you have your food, you are going to look for your comforts. So, all your attention is going to be on industry. What can I do to take the level of my comfort higher? Toril. And it is only after you have done all that and you have become prosperous, will you start indulging in spending time to think. Will you have the luxury of time and space to sit and think, to contemplate, to seek knowledge. See, knowledge is of two kinds. One is what you need for doing your day-to-day activities, and also knowledge to start thinking and exploring further. Many of you are doing sciences. Sciences is at that level where you want to seek further and explore further. It is not to do what you have to do today. It is to find what you can do tomorrow. So that is that next step. And to go to that next step, you have to be comfortable in the present step. So when China is saying you're king of wisdom, it automatically implies that you're already prosperous, you're comfortable, and therefore you're able to indulge in knowledge.
You have your Aruthnal Kalai in place. You must have your Kalai. You can't just be like an ant working, or a dog or a horse. You have to have all the Kalais. Only when you exhibit all that, you can come to the level of knowledge. You must have your sciences there. You must have your technology is there. You must be able to mingle, travel, talk. Then only you come. So look at, there's a stages to it. You don't straight away jump, I want to become Jnani tomorrow morning. No. There's a process to it. அனுபவிச்சுட்டு தான் போக முடியும். எல்லா அனுபவங்களும் எல்லா சகல ஐஸ்வர்யங்களும் prosperity இருந்தால் தான் we can go there. So there's a level to it.
And as you keep doing your industry, in that your knowledge also increases. You do this much today, you're not satisfied. You want to improve it further. So you look for the next step. So that is how knowledge cultivates. Now, for this aspect of Bharatham, how we get the name and what is the extent of this land of Bharatham, we'll just play 2 short films and from there move on to a beautiful aspect of Bharatham which we shall see in a little while. So let me just play this film for you.
boundary of India? Eastern Bay of Bengal, yes, but ador unno east edarka latitude wise. Myanmar, that's the next country in our country, which is easternmost boundary in our country. Which land mass? Andaman in the sea. Arunachal. So what is the meaning of the Arunachal? It's the name of a place. Land of sun. Achalam na. What does the word Achalam mean? Unable to move. Very good. Chalam. Nahandu pordu. Achalam cannot move. The hill cannot move. The hill is there. Hill was there when your great grandfather is there. The hill will be there when your great grandchildren are here. Achalam. So Aruna is the first ray of the sun. The Surya morning, the first ray at 5:30, 5:45 p.m. That's Arunachalam. So you get that. So that is your land, Arunachal. Now, similarly, that is the eastern portion. What do you have in the western portion? What do you call setting sun? In Tamil, Kannadam, Telugu, every language. Setting sun, what do you call it? Surya Astam. So when you take the Astam and you add the word Achalam, what do you get? Astachalam. So if you have an Arunachalam, you must also have an Astachalam. Obviously, if a sun is going to rise someplace at 6 a.m. in the morning, it has also got to set somewhere at 6 p.m. in the evening. But it has to set in a geographical. So do you have an Astachalam? Do you have a place called Astachal then? Yes, we have a hill called Astachal. Do you know where it is now? It is in the westernmost hill of Afghanistan, almost under Caspian Sea, the eastern province of Persia, Farsi. Persia is an anglicized name. It's an Anglican name. The original name is Farsi, Farsi. Okay, there you have a hill called Astachal. Go Google map, check it. There's still a place called Astachal if you check in Google map. The way you have Arunachal, you have Astachal. So that is the beauty of this. So one, you have the Himalayas in the north, the seas, the Mahasagar in the south, Arunachal in the east, Astachal in the west. So that is what is this land? This land is Bharata Varsham. This is called Bharata Varsham. So why is it called Bharata Varsham? Why is it called Bharata Varsham? Look at this, a place called Astach.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So why is it? Sorry. Go ahead. So you want to hear her more, right? Please go ahead.
And this Bharata Varsham, we are going to get into the reason. Just like we saw why it is called Bharatham, we are going to understand why it is called Bharata Varsham. Bharata Varsham. But this Bharata Varsham is part of a bigger entity. What is that entity called? Bharata Kandam. Kandam.
Kandam
right?
means what?
What does Kandam mean? Continent.
So,
but that is the English word. How do you see? I think it's very important for each of us to connect with our languages, Indian languages, because they convey more than what just the English word symbolizes. He said right about society, about how it is the nation, the notion of a nation that the English word conveys, and what we think of it more from a cultural perspective, right? So like that, when you connect with the Indian language terms, you will understand it far better. So the word Kandam, let me ask you, what does it mean? When you want to, I'm going to show you an action, please tell me what it is. Kandam Tundam, Kandam Tundam, what are you doing? You are cutting, you are chopping, you are slicing. We have Shri Anandrao Patil ji here, who is basically a native of Maharashtra. Though he has lived here for almost 30 years, he is now Tamilian, but he is coming from Maharashtra, and Maharashtra, there is the name for a divinity there, who is a form of Lord Shiva, but he carries a sword in his hand. What do you, Khandoba?
Khandoba, beautiful. So
Anurag
Khandoba.
Sen, yes.
So look at that.
Look at
He has a
this.
nice-
This is Ek Bharat, okay? The person who answered Khandoba is actually Anurag Sen, who is from Bengal. And he's sitting here in Tamil Nadu. He is understanding Kandam Tundam. And
The
he's
Tamil word-
familiar with Khandoba.
Maharashtra.
And he's
there-
saying the name. Even before Patil ji could answer, he has answered. If this is not Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, what else is? This is Ek Bharat. Okay. So,
I'll take one example, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. In the same hall, we launched our book called Telugu Talli some 8 years ago, when Honorable Shri Rosaya Garu was the governor. Okay, on March 8th, some 7-8 years ago. That book was bought by a Bengali. This is 8-9 years back, and presented to the then Chief Minister of Gujarat. Okay, it was presented to the then Chief Minister of Gujarat with a statement: a Tamil couple has written a book about Telugu Talli, enjoyed by a Bengali, being presented to a Gujarati. This is over 8 years ago. Look at this. That is Ek Bharat. This is what told to me by the member of the Gujarati team then, who was there. He told me. Obviously, it was. You understand what it was.
So this is, he saw that divinity is called Khandoba because he is holding a sword. Sword is called, you know what is the word for sword in many parts? There are some people with that surname also. It's called Khadga. Khadga. Khadga means sword. So therefore you have
Khadgavar.
people who are called Khadgevar. Khadgevar means people who bear the sword, who are holding swords in their
Ball
hand.
tukkaruvanga.
Khadgevar. So Khadge, Khadga, Khanda, all these stand for sword, slice, splitting,
Sword
cutting. See, uniformly look at this land. You're having a common sounding word. There'll be some variations, okay, in the language. So
Oral
some
cavity.
words instead of r, you have n and so on. But idea is this. And why is it this? Why is a continent called a slice? Because it is a slice of the overall. You all
Bigger
have
what?
learnt about Pangea, right? How the whole earth was just one mass called Pangea, and then it is splitting into different continents which are moving apart, right? So that is how we have defined a continent in our land. Therefore, we call it Khanda. Therefore, even huge.
So there is a bigger landmass than the Khanda, of which a Khanda is a component, a portion. See how, so now in Okanda we thought of the whole big thing and explained, so one vartha Khanda nave, you know there's something bigger of it. That leads you to imply to you to understand. See the beauty of how the language is, our number language.
And how big is this Khandam, Bharata Khandam?
Where does it start? Bharata Khandam. And where does it end?
We saw Astachal and Arunachal.
That is Bharata Varsha. What is Bharata Khandam? The bigger portion of it. Yoshi parunga. It starts in a place called Rum. R-U-M, Rum. Turkey. Inniki Turkey da puriyum ungalukku. Starts from Rum. And ends in east is the Suvarna Bhumi. Suvarna Bhumi. Alahana Tamil. Suvarna Bhumi. That is the Golden Islands. What we call today as Indonesia. Again, a very, very Anglican name. English name. Rum. How many of you have heard of any poet from Rum? Any of you students know any poet from Rum? Famous poet from the land of Rum. Yes.
Rumi.
Sir knows.
The
Rumi.
Sufi poet. Sufi
Rumi,
poet.
Piriya Capergo. Rumi is a Piriya poet. Rumi, I'm sure some of you have heard the name Rumi, great poet of Rum. So Rumi. So you have the word Rum.
And look at the proof for Rum. Rum is how we all used to call Turkey. It got the name Turkey only after the Turks took over that part of land, of that geography. When the Turks took over, it was earlier called Constantinople. And then when the Turks took it over, it became Istanbul. It was actually Constantinia, then it becomes Istanbul. Constantinia became Constantinople. So these are the allied names.
Okay, Constantinople is an Anglican name.
And in English it came to be called Turkey because once the Turks started, they took it over. But before that it was called Rum. So in all our ancient texts, you will find reference to Turkey as Rum. And I'll also tell you another very interesting part as we go along about how India was called in Turkey as well. But see, this Rum, there was a dynasty called Mitanni dynasty. Okay, they were there in that part of Turkey, Anatolia, and all of those regions.
3300 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி they were ruling Rum. Mitanni is again a very Anglican term. It comes from Mitra. Mitran யாரு? Friend. And the dynasty பேரு Mitra dynasty. Mitanni, you say it in English today. Okay, so you call it that. Who are the 10 kings? பேர் பாருங்க, அவங்களோட meaning பாருங்க.
Look at the names of those kings, which are listed in their text, their documents. You find these names there.
We went to that town. We went to the Nagaram Bharathgyan to take this actually data in Turkey, Rum. We spent 3 weeks in Rum.
So these are the kind of names. So today, if we say that yes, ancient, the Bharata Kandam extended up to Rum in one side, you have proofs that it was a, so it's not just Ek Bharat. It is almost like the whole world is one family where people understood each other. They were in sync with each other.
Look at the name of the third king. Look at the name of the third king there. Parasu. Parasu is anartham. Kodali, axe. Look at the name of the eighth king. Look at every name like that. Paratarana. Inga vandu Parataga Choda. Leya.
Parataga Choda.
Anga vandu Paratara. Look at the names. So much our names. Because it is all our continent. Every name you see that. Sutarana. Suda another nalladu. Leya solra Suda nalladu. If you add a prefix, it means good. So look at the beauty how you're getting there. In faraway Rum.
And look at this, an even greater proof. So he just spoke to you that we were in a place, the central part of Turkey is called Anatolia. So in this central part of Turkey, Anatolia, there is one place which is called Bagaskoy or Bagaskale.
You can check that in the Google. Note down, check it later in the Google.
So there,
our film itself is there on it.
So there, like more than 3,000 years ago, there were two different groups.
1380 BCE.
So one was called Mitanni and one was called Hittite. And these two groups, every time, see, like governors said earlier, when you have kings, their idea is to rule, expand their kingdom. So they'll always be conflicting and having wars. One will grow, one will become small, and this will keep changing. The boundaries will keep changing. So these two tribes or dynasties, I don't want to use just the word tribes, but they are two groups over there who were rulers. When they fought and finally they decided to come to an agreement, they signed a treaty.
What treaty?
And this is the treaty which is called Bohaskale inscription.
This is a Kalvet, proper inscription in Rum, in the Rum language of those days. In the treaty between the two kings, there's a third king witness, the Egypt Pharaoh is a witness to it. Pakatharka kingdom, Egypt Pharaoh is a witness to it. And they are calling 3 divinities as witness. 3 kings are forming a treaty on land. They are calling 3 divinities as witness to that treaty of theirs. Who are the 3 divinities?
Mitra Asil, Vruna Asil, Indra Nasatyana. So Mitra is another name
who is Mitra? Sun. Our sun is our Mitran. Our Surya, what you saw last evening in the planetarium, is our Mitran, our friend. Can you live without your friend? You cannot be born here without your friend. So Mitra means sun.
Then Varuna கூப்பிடுறாங்க. Varuna is the seas, right? So the sun, the seas, and then Indra is the divinity of your senses. Aindiran. So Ainpulan, Aindiran. So Indra, and then Nasatya. Nasatya are Ashwini twins. Ashwini twins denote a beautiful sense in this entire existence of having balance. Twins means balance. You should have balance. So the idea of balance that exists. So they're calling all of that to sign a treaty. So this shows that, wavelength connect, that what we have in Bharatavarsham also extended all the way up to this particular region of Anatolia. And here you have Indonesia, the Suvarna Bhumi. You have evidences of it in the form of even Angkor Wat from 1000 years ago.
So you see that, so everywhere. So it was not only one king went up there and came back. It was not like working pona na vandu vendru vanda, Rajendra Swan periya raja, Kadaram kondan, Gangai kondan, great king. But he went and came back. It was not continuity after that. Great achievement, no doubt about it. Got Gangai kondan Sorapuram ure irukku. But what the Bharata land did is king after king after kings and people after people after people, they created the continuity for a few hundred years, few thousand years. That is the Inaikum Bharatham. Get the larger picture now, start getting the larger picture.
So now we are going to get into the magic of the word Bharata Varsham, and it is magic indeed. It's a magic created by nature. I will first try for the film to see if the audio is picking up.
Okay, any girl here with the name Varsha? Varshini. I would like you to please stand up for the next 5 minutes. Either stand up or stand up on the bench. Either way, choice is yours. No, just for the fun of it, please. So we are going to speak about only the word, your name, Varsha, Varshini, obviously. We said, somebody, I think you or somebody said Bharata Varsham. So what is this land called? Yes, Bharatham is a significant, but what is the land called?
Our land is Bharata Varsha.
Oh, very good. Good. Audio is coming. Fine.
Look at this. Your land, what do you call it? Varsham. What do you call 1 year? Varsham. What do you call rain? Varshini. Puriyaradu, Malai Puriyaradu. What do you call it? One more word. Varsham Puriyaradu. That is what Malai Puriyaradu. Varsham Puriyaradu. Subhiksham, because Subhiksham, isn't it? All these our traditional words. So look at, so a lady is called Varsha, the land is called Varsha, rain is called Varsha, year is called Varsha. Varsha, 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 4 Varsha. But you show a film only of 3 Varsha because the 4th Varsha is already there.
After the Amazon forest, the one single landmass that gets the highest rainfall consistently year after year is Bharatvarsha, which is
Please note this is Amrita Varshini Ragam, the rag for rain. We have 2 musicians here.
the onset of monsoon rains, Varsha, which came the same time every year, marked the year for the farmers in the agrarian society of Bharat. Hence, Varsha also came to denote the concept of a year.
Thus, we see a distinct connection between rain, year and land. Rain is Varsha, year is also Varsha. The land over which this rain Varsha rains prosperity year from year is also Bharatvarsha.
Isn't it so beautiful? Again, have you all thought of it? We connected the 3 so beautifully. Amazing, isn't it, our ancestors?
Varudam, Varsham or Varudam.
Varidam. Look at them. So we connected see, that is connecting nature. We are not only connecting Bharatam, we are connecting Iyarkai, Prakriti, nature in which we live. In that Sinna Tumi. Tuli Kodilla. நம்ம வாழறது ஒரு துமியில வாழறோம் ஆனா நம்ம தான் பெருசு நினைச்சுக்கிறோம். We think ourselves as bigger than the biggest Bahubali. We all think we are all big Bahubalis, but we are living in a tumi, not even a tuli.
No.
Who says this? Kamban says it. Yeah, tumi. Kamban he says, he uses the word tumi. Tuli could use pannala.
So now the question is, okay, let's look at it. When do we get our rains? Do we get it at all the same? At what time of the year do we get it?
Kanyakumari, Nagarkoil district. How many of you from Kanyakumari, Nagarkoil district? Anybody? Yes, 4, 3, 4, 5 hands. Thank you so much. on what date of the year do your official monsoon rains actually start? There's a date in the calendar. May 30.
Very good,
Very good. May 30. Very good. Trivandrum comes on June 1st. Very good answer. Thank you for. So, is there in the Varsham to come to Nagarkoil district on May 30, Kanyakumari Nagarkoil district on May 30th? Is there a calendar in the sky? He said May 30th. I agree with him fully. But there must be a calendar in the sky. For the calendar May 30th, but it should start raining in Nagarkoil. I am asking you, not a serious point. Yes, let's enjoy the joke, but his serious point. Is there a calendar in the sky? The Nagarkoil 30th it should Mara. First means it should rain on Trivandrum. Third, fourth means it should rain in Cochin. Sixth, seventh it should rain in Calicut. Eighth, ninth it should rain in Mangalore. 10th in Goa. 12th, 13th in Bombay. 15th in Saurashtra. Is there a calendar in the sky? Think of it. Then why is it? You can say a clockwork. You ask Sri Patilji, he will say 15th means 15 June Bombay rain starts. I'm sure there are 3, 4, 5 people from Bombay. What, maybe 1 or 2 more. 15th June rain starts in Bombay like a calendar. 3rd, Cochin rain starts. June, 3rd June. Why? There are people from Meghalaya here. They will know by probably 20th, 25th June it will start raining there. Isn't it? Why? This is the Varsha. This is the calendar we're talking about.
And that is why May 27th, everybody in Nagarkoil, Kanyakumari, for them, they know it is Varsha. It is Urvarsham. Correcta Urvarsham, I'll get my rain. The farmer knows, he will be ready, he will plant a seed and he will know when to harvest and all of that. So this thing has been happening in this land on an annual pattern. See, that is very important. Whatever is happening in an annual pattern, so it is repeated, and the annual pattern also has the season, so the cycles coincide beautifully. And that is a very nice blessing for the people of this land. So how do you get that clockwork happening? Let's watch this beautiful film. This is Rag Malhar in Hindustani. That's for rain.
What are the forces of nature that bring us rain to this land every year? In the month of May, there is summer in the northern hemisphere. In the interior of India, temperatures soar to 45 degrees centigrade and even more. In the Sahara Desert, the temperature range is between 45 degrees to 50 degrees centigrade. This extreme heat causes low pressure. During this time, it is winter in the southern hemisphere. The great Australian desert is cooler and hence high pressure prevails there. It is well known that winds always move from high pressure to low pressure. So the cool winds move from central Australia in a northwesterly direction towards the hot Sahara Desert. As the winds cross the equator, they turn right in consonance with nature due to the Earth's spin, which is explained as sterile flow. Picking up moisture along the way from the Indian Ocean, the moisture-laden winds blow in towards India, thereby bestowing monsoon rains all over the land.
So now can you see the connect between India and Australia? Not only in cricket. I know you all play cricket matches between India and Australia, but you see the between beyond Shane Warne. This is in desert. And
so
what
who do you have to thank for your rain in Nagarkoil?
Australia to thank Australia desert for it, isn't it?
So the people there, when they have their cold winter and they are going through that cold winter, what are they actually doing? They are actually in a way sending you your rains.
Your winds. Now, how many of you know about Ravichandran Ashwin? Only 4 or 5 people in the back, others don't know him. What does he do? Forget he's a bowler, what does he do? Spin. What is your earth, Bhumi doing? Spinning. So the way the cricket ball has a stitching in the middle because of which the spin happens, your earth also has what? Equator. And the equator ku Tamil enna peru? Bhu Madhya Rekha. Students, Bhu Madhya Rekha. So Bhu, Bhumi, earth, Madhya, middle, Madhyam, middle, Rekha, code. Anybody call Rekha here? No. See, all the good things only girls have the name. Okay? Bhu Madhya Rekha. So you see the beauty of it now. So when it crosses, see look at the ball. Why does he spin the ball? Any of these people? Because the ball has got a stitching in the middle, it's bulged and it curves both ways. So that is how when the wind goes from here to Sahara Desert or Arabian Desert, Thar Desert, ella nariya deserts line. So it suddenly turns.
Because it's crossing the equator to go to Sahara.
Because bend ipdi vandrudhu. The earth is not bending anymore. It's not flat earth. Is it flat earth or is it a spherical earth? Obviously, because the wind is not bending. If it was a flat earth, it would have gone straight to Sahara. And we would not have got any rains for Nagarkoil. Isn't it? Now, think for a moment. Very important point. Very, very important point. Suppose the Indian landmass, in that illada, it is 5 degrees to the north or 5 degrees to east or west. Suppose 5, 10 degrees latitude, longitude, different place. Then will you get this rain? In the bend achada neenga irkeenga. Nagarkoil is at 8 degrees north latitude. Kanyakumari is at 8 degrees north latitude. So when you are bending, you are just there. At the thanni vandu agayatla vandu apdi thirumbacha you are opening the door for it to pour. And suppose you are 10 degrees further east or 10 degrees further north. How will you get the rain? No. Your land is not that receive it. So you are geographically rightly placed for the wind movements to come and pour on you. So are you not fortunate?
Somebody is raising his hand.
Yes, somebody has raised his hand. Are you not fortunate to be where you are geographically?
Yes, please.
Kanyakumari is further 10 degree up, they will receive rain. Not some places in India.
Some other place in India. So basic point is saying we are geographically also rightly placed.
So just as it's turning, you are there. If you had been more to the west, you would never have got the rain. Because it's turning eastwards. If you had been in Arabia, why is Arabia a desert? Because all the rain, imagine actually
going towards that side
would have gone to Sahara, Egypt and Arabia. But Arabia is today a desert because of that bulge, and because of the bulge the thing is turning away, and that is called in geography as Ferrell's law.
So,
it is not Ferrell's law which is making it happen. This is nature which is making it happen. Ferrell understood it and documented it for us to understand further, so it's called the Ferrell's law.
So you see now, so what is it called? You are being fortunate. What do you use the word fortunate in Tamil or any language, Telugu? What do you call fortunate?
Adishtam, yes,
Adishtam,
that's
what?
luck.
Luck, little more, huh? Bhagyam,
Bhagyam,
good.
a different,
One more word.
better word. I don't want to say better, but
Somebody said here, Edirpapa is expectation.
Wow,
Who said it? Punyam.
Punyam.
So it is your benevolence, benedict, benevolence, beneficial. Get it?
So what do we call, normally all of us, we think of our land, whenever we say our motherland, what do we say? Punya Bhumi, right? This is the Punya Bhumi. This is the Punyam that you are enjoying. That because your land is situated in this particular region. But now look at it, it is not just so simple.
Let's focus, no inter-talking please. Some decorum, thank you.
So now let us look at one more aspect. It is not enough if just the clouds turn. There is something else which is making it rain. Otherwise the cloud can just pass through. What is making it rain there?
One second. Huh? Western Ghats. Again, Western Ghats is an Anglican name. It's an Anglican name. English கார அவன் நீ மேற்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை, கிழக்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை, என்னது வடக்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை, தெற்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை அவ்வளோ. விந்திய மலை அது நடுவுல இருக்கு. அது அச்சலம் விந்திய அச்சலம் அது. What do you call this? Your மேற்கு தொடர்ச்சி மலை in Tamil.
What is the name for Western Ghats?
In Marathi, in Konkani.
No,
ஆங்கிலன் வந்த அப்புறம் வெச்ச பேரு.
அது Tamil translation of the English word.
பொதுவே ஒரு
one part of
one
it.
peak.
அது ஒரு section.
ஒரே ஒரு peak தான் அது.
Nilgiri is also another section.
It's one section. நீலகிரி அந்த பக்கத்துக்கு ப்ளூவா இருக்கு. அந்த ஒரு பிட் தொட்டபெட்டா இருக்கு. அந்த பிட். Adri Malay, okay, Venkatadri, Totadri, Sesha, Adri na Malay, I guess agree with
like
you.
Like Achal, Adri is Malay, yes.
Himadri.
So, which Adri?
Which Adri is it?
Sahayadri.
Sahaya means what? Help.
Help, Sahayam.
Sahayam.
Help.
That which helps you is Sahayam. So it's called Sahayadri. Why is it called? Why is Sahayadri called Sahayadri? How does it help? How does it help? Why should it block the cloud? What happens when it blocks the clouds? Why? Okay. So you block the road, it can go to the side, okay, take a left turn, right, an indicator, turn that wheel. So you're talking about hydrology. Let's see that.
So, when these clouds come here towards India, towards Bharatham, the first thing it is encountering all the way from the south is these huge ranges which are called Sahayadri, which today we call Western Ghats. So, when it hits this, what happens? The clouds get blocked and then they condense and then they rain there. Now, once they rain and they discharge some amount of water, they become lighter. So they are able to raise up further, cross the hills and come over. So this is the western side, this is the eastern. They come inside into the eastern part. Now let me show you something here which is actually a beautiful view of our India.
You show that. So when it comes from Australia crossing the equator towards Arabia, now turns towards India. What is there in between? Sea, Mahasagar, Sagaram, the great ocean. You call it Indian Ocean now. So it's called Sagaram, the great ocean, because the name Indian came much later. So what is it doing there? The wind, which is a dry wind coming from Australian desert, what does it do? Picking up moisture from the huge ocean. Is it one wind or is it wind after wind after wind? Alai mari waves vandunde irukka. It comes like a waves, unending waves of wind. So they all pick up moisture. So when it picks up moisture, what happens to the winds? It becomes heavy. So it is not able to climb height. So the moment it comes and hits the hills, to climb and go, because next wind is coming. So next wind is coming. So it has to move. That is Varuna, Vayu, Varuna. Look at the idea of Vayu and Varuna now playing game here. So when it comes there, it has to move on. How does it move on? By dropping weight. How does it drop weight? By pouring. That's Varsha. You can see the connections now. Is that Inaikum Bharatham. See that?
On the coast here, and then it crosses and goes into the landmass here. Now when it reaches here and it starts moving further, see this is the clouds that are coming from here, they've turned this way, they're coming, they're going inside. Now when it goes here, it hits the Vindhyas again. So that is why you see gradually you find, he said May 27, slowly, June it's coming here. Then it hits the Vindhyas and starts discharging into this part of Bharatam, it rains here. Crosses the Vindhyas, becomes lighter further, crosses Vindhyas, and then it goes. Then what happens to it? What does it encounter?
What does it hit there?
Himalayas.
Himalaya.
So it's not able to cross. Himalayas are far, far taller.
Even taller than Sahyadri or Vindhyachal. So whatever little more droplets are left, which is actually a lot more, it starts dropping them there, in Kanpur, Delhi, Lucknow, Agra, everywhere.
So this part of India also gets the rain. And after that what happens? The Himalayas are blocking. So these winds, these clouds, they go here, and even here you find all the Arakanyoma, Peguyoma, all those ranges here. Kasigaro, Jaintia hills and so on. So what happens? They are not able to escape.
So all the clouds are, after dropping it, there are a lot of balanced clouds with still moisture left. So what do they all do? They all collect up and finally after churning all over India and go to her house there. Stand up, madam. It all goes to her house. Where is that? Mega Alayam. Ella Megama Kadasila and it goes there. You see now what you are? All the balanced clouds adds up and finally goes to her place. And what does it do there? It pours the balance out there. Can you see now?
So all the clouds are landing up there. That is why it is called Meghalaya.
Please sit down.
And
Thank
what
you.
do you know about Meghalaya? One of the places, Cherrapunji. And what is Cherrapunji known for? Highest rainfall, right? Of course, now very close to Cherrapunji, there is yet another place which is also called, it's called Mawsin Ram. That is also now listed as the place where you get the highest rainfall. You have just been to Meghalaya also a little while ago, right? So, we will come to Cherrapunji in the next session. But now, remain with the fact that this is how the rain is slowly covering. So, Varsha annually every year, because of Australia and the Sahara connect, and we are right in the middle and the bulge, we get this rain. We are, in Tamil there is this saying, right? Kadakengava Vazhipulliyarku odikirudhu. So somebody is passing, there is a shop, he picks up the coconut, he sees one pulliyar there, he goes and breaks the coconut. So we are right there, Vazhipulliyar Nadula. So we get and we divert this rainfall and we grab it. And that is the blessing, because every year we get it. And that is the beauty of this land, and which is why we call the land as, because when you have rains, what do you have? Prosperity, because you're going to have good harvest, and you get three harvests, because this is not just the one rain, but you have the same kind of timely rains, two more rains. You have the northeast monsoon, which fundamentally the eastern coast of Tamil Nadu, we enjoy that, which is now started, and it always happens in this time. Similarly, in north, in Punjab also, they have those western disturbances which also happen at the same time every year around January, February. So that also helps the harvest. So what do you get here? Therefore, we have a land, what do you call harvest? Bhogam, right? So,
Bhogi.
Bhogam, moondru bhogangal, three bhogs. Bhogi, bhogam, to enjoy.
Any Bengali or Assamese here? Yeah. What do you call your festival in Assam for this? Huh?
No,
Bogali,
Bengal.
Bogali Bihu.
Bihu, yes.
Vishu in Kerala is Bihu, verb, that's all. Bogali Bihu is a festival in Assam. What you celebrate Bogi in Tamil Nadu is Bogali Bihu there. Okay, Bohali. Look at the connect between two. Assam, where is Assam? Where is Tamil Nadu? Same name for the festival.
So
in Bharatham.
So this is the blessing for the civilization.
Some amount of decoration. No, please go.
So all of us in Bharatam, Ek Bharatam, we are all united and we are all together blessed with this beautiful nature and this blessing of bounty of nature. And throughout the land, if you see, all the states we enjoy three harvests. How do we say that? I'll come to that point about this bit, but I want Look at it, in almost every language you will find the names for three harvest rice. See, in Tamil Nadu you have Kuruvai, Samba, Navarai. So like that, the way you have Samba rice, that way you have in different, every land you have different three names.
Hindi, Urdu, what do you call it? Kharif, Rabi, Zaid. Every part of the land you have the three names. Nowhere else in Europe you have it. Nowhere else in America you have it like this, three names. Only in India, every region has three names, but that means what? You have three practices, but that's why you have the name. See, Europe, when England came to India, when they all came, no, when Northern Europeans, French, all Dutch, all came to India, they had only one harvest or two harvests in a year. They are surprised to see that India has three harvests in a year, because why can't they have three harvests in Europe, in England, in France, in Dutch? Because 3 months it's snow covered, no plants will grow. You can't have three harvests. Isn't it? And you know what, actually, we met a German whom we took to Marina Beach some 12, 13 years ago, just like you all went to the Marina Beach yesterday. Do you know what he said first thing? He's a big German VIP. We took him, we had come and for some discussion, we happened to meet him and we took him there. First thing he did, what he did? He removed his shoes, formal man with all coat, tie, suit, all those things. He removed all his shoes and everything and went and stood in the water. Not as a child. Do you know why? He said, this is warm water. I don't have warm water in Germany. My sea beach is in the north, facing the North Pole. 8 months a year I have snow. Ice, I can't touch the water. Only 1 month a year I can even touch the water, even when it's cold. You people are blessed to have warm water beach. Look at this thinking. The VIP coming in proper suit and everything, shoes. He behaved like a child to see warm water. He's from a place like Hamburg, one of the great ports of the Emden couple of Hamburg, which came to bomb High Court. That's where it came from. They are only cold waters.
And what is it? We take all the seas and the beaches and the coast as granted. Have we ever paused to think entire India almost?
Thuthukudi, everywhere is.
And all three sides,
Kadalur.
such a long coast, full of warm waters. Always through the year the water is warm, comfortable, right?
You can
Never
take a
freezes.
padage, Nava out into the sea. For 10 months, only some 2, 3, 4 weeks you have cyclone. Otherwise you can take it any time. They can't. For 8, 10 months they can't take out the boat. They can take out only for 3 to 4 months in a year.
Now,
Think of them.
look at this aspect. We saw this particular, this is the delta, okay? This is the Deccan Plateau, which is raised here. This entire thing is the Indian peninsula, peninsular India. Now, if you look at the cross section, actually, it is like this. You have the Western Ghats here. See, this is actually a line from Mangaluru to Chennai. They are almost on the same latitude. And this is a cross section. If you look at it, the land is sloping towards the east from the west. Okay. Now, all the rain, see the rain clouds has come, it's hit this, it has rained here. Okay. What will happen to the water here? Or what will happen to the water that falls here and falls on this side? Where will it go?
Arabian Sea.
Arabian Sea, right? So all the water on this side has gone into the Arabian Sea. Of course, little bit of land here, it has helped the people here and gone off into the sea. Then the clouds have risen and it's rained all over here. Now on this hill, 50% falls this way. I mean 50 meaning I'm saying one part of it falls this way, rest of it falls, this water starts sliding this way onto the eastern side. So where will all this water go? Bay of Bengal. And before it reaches Bay of Bengal, what will it do? It will flow through
So many
entire land of India.
Kaveri, Pennar, Tenpennar, Palar, Vaigai, Tamarabarani, all that. எத்தனை நதி இருக்கு தமிழகத்தில்? We'll come to that tomorrow, but think of this question. தமிழகத்தில் எத்தனை நதி இருக்கிறது? Is the கேள்வி.
Okay.
Because I made a film on this, அப்புறம் பொறுமையா பார்த்துங்க. Already
So
made some 10 years
all
ago.
these waters, this is the other blessing. You can be where you are, you can have a Sayadri, but after that, the land is naturally sloping eastwards. So this entire region, the water that is falling here flows eastwards and it nourishes this entire land. And therefore, look at this. Just like you have your blood vessels, right? Your arteries, veins, your capillaries in your body. This is the kind of a capillary of Bharatham.
Look at that.
All the rivers in Bharatham.
Do you ever think there are so many rivers in this land, so many kuti rivers. So every district, your 700 districts of the Bharatham have got 700 rivers. You are washed with rivers because you are getting the rains into the watersheds.
And you have to, the way to understand. So the way to understand is all these thin lines are actually the starting point. They are the tributaries. They are the source for the river, and all these thin ones are the tributaries. And as the line gets thicker, it indicates the direction of flow. So all the rivers are getting thicker in this direction. They are flowing west to east. See, from thin, they are slowly becoming thicker and they join the sea.
Look at this
They become thicker, they join the sea. They become
Isn't
thicker,
it a
they join the
beautiful
sea.
map to show you? It's actually the Bharata Mata. Tai. Why Bharata Mata will come to today evening and tomorrow? Why did you call it Mata? There's a reason for it. Not chumma, it's not a naming again. Again, there's a reason for it. Number Bhumiki ye Tai mai taramra will see as I go along. It's not again a fanciful idea of some poet. There's practical, there's science to it. We'll see that.
So this is again what unites us, because if you are getting a flow of water here today, over here, whether you say Kaveri or Palar or Tamraparani, they all rise from these mountains here. And so, first and foremost, we all have to thank Australians for our rains. And then, after it rains, what happens when it falls on the Sayadri Hills?
So, you understand now why we call that Adri as Sahaya Adri. We didn't call it any other, we call it Sahayam Pandra Adri, Sahaya Adri. Now you see the help it does, which we all did not know 25 minutes ago. Am I right? Edo Peristagappa. No, it was named with a meaning.
So you
Meghalaya is called Meghalaya because of a meaning.
So you have these hills here, you can see the flow here. You can see the rivers rising from Vindhyas and then giving water this side and again flowing this side. From the Himalayas coming here and flowing this side. So this is how the topography of this land, the hills of this land. That is why, see, our ancestors have revered the hills, the rivers.
And she showed you one river, Godavari. Okay, she connected Godavari. Why is it Godavari called Godavari? Yes, but anybody has thought of it? Tayin Madi enna solluvom nammala kuezhdiya irukche when you were 2 day, 3 day, 5 day, 1 month, 2 month old baby. Where does the mother put you? In her lap. What do you call it in Tamil, Telugu, Kannadam, every mozhi? Tayin Madi oru vaartha. Goad the muddy. I'm sure many languages use the word goad. So the river that comes from the mother's lap is Godavari. So she is one who can nourish you. Isn't it beautiful? It's the mother who can nourish you. So look at every name is so beautifully termed. Amazingly, isn't it? No name is out of place. No name. Every name has a meaning that is related to Yerkai, Prakriti, our living. That is the beauty of it. And the moment we start understanding it, Pullariko, Liya, every name is like that. Every meaning is like that. That's Shreshta Bharatham. Ida Shreshtam, Ida Unnadam. In the Unnadata nama Purindal, Namlo Adukku இணையாக வாழலாம். Otherwise, ஏதோ வந்தோம் போனோம். There is no purpose, no meaning. What have we understood? That is Appadam Bharatiya. That is what you have lived with knowledge.
And so
And we are so fortunate to be understanding this knowledge. We are fortunate, the two of us, fortunate you to understand it ourselves and to share with an intelligent audience like all of you.
and here
Yes, you are intelligent, madam, no doubt about it. You don't have to have a doubt in your mind. Yes, you are, no doubt. You are fortunate, intelligent.
So here again, when we say Ek Bharat, why do we have to have this Ek Bharat feeling? Because this river, even though it has rained here on the hills, the reason you are having a flow all the way at this east coast is because the people in this hills here, they have taken care to nourish and keep those water springs sustained, clean, and in good condition. If they had blocked all those springs, if they had neglected those spring water sources, see, how do you get those waters? Just because it rains, the rain doesn't flow. You must understand what happens is, you know which is the biggest reservoir of water other than the sea and the ocean? You know, where do you have maximum amount of water stored? Ground, yes, but think of it in another aspect, an elevated thought. Gas, that is air, that is different. Your hill. Underground, yes, groundwater, but groundwater where? Inside your hill. Your hill is ground. So the hills are full of water as well.
They hold water. All your hill slopes hold water. That's why your grass comes, your trees come, your roots come. They all hold water and release it slowly. That's why.
They come out through all those water springs.
Ootu.
Ootuன்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? So அந்த ஊத்துலேருந்து, the springலேருந்து when the water comes, it comes from within the bowels of the hills. So it comes out from the hills. So unless those the regions of those springs are kept clean and open, if people go and settle there or neglect it and allow rubbish to be there, then the water is not going to come out from within the hill. It is not the river just flowing like that. It goes into the hill, then comes out as springs, and many springs together come and form the river.
Okay, one second. Suppose you have some money, all of you have some money. Suppose I know all of you have some money with you. You want to go deposit it in the bank. You want to go deposit it in the bank. If you're blocked from going and depositing in the bank, what happens? The money is with you, which you will spend it in buying Pepsi Cola and some cola, some samosa, some pav bhaji, finished. That's all for that day. Suppose you deposit in the bank, what happens? It gets interest. You can use it some other day. When you need, with interest, you get it back. So, it's your account, your collective bank in which you can use it later when you want for a productive use. You get it right? Suppose you are blocked from doing it. What are you blocking?
Blocked from depositing or blocked from withdrawing.
Both
ways, you won't get the money.
So if you are blocked from depositing it now, you will not get it day after tomorrow with interest a little more enhanced money. So by not allowing the water to soak in properly, you are blocking your own prosperity of 3 months later. Seeing the point now? If you don't allow it to soak in there and that day, when it rains, you are blocking your own prosperity. That is what you are seeing. So that is why we need to do it, allow the water to naturally, and that reservoir is what? Bhumi Tai is a reservoir. Appada, she can give it back to you 10 times more. I think there's an old Tamil song, I'm sure some of you would have been black and white era song. I don't know if it's MGR or Shivaji's song. Amma kitta kuduthu vi sellakannu, 600 ஆக்குவாங்க செல்லக்கண்ணு. உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும். பார்த்தீங்களா? அம்மா கிட்ட கொடுத்து வை செல்லக்கண்ணு, 600 ஆக்குவாங்க செல்லக்கண்ணு. இந்த அம்மாக்கெல்லாம் அம்மா யாரு? பூமி தாய். கொடுத்து வை, அவங்க கொடுப்பாங்க உங்களுக்கு. உங்களுக்கு எல்லா வெள்ளம் இருக்கலாம், நீர் இல்லாத இருக்க முடியுமா? அவசியம் இல்லை. தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு தண்ணி தான் முக்கியம். வெவ்வேறு விதமான தண்ணிகள்.
So, coming back to the point, if we have rivers, we have to thank the people of the hills. So, Ek Bharat also means that we are connected with the people of the hill. If we are
மலைவாழ் மக்கள்
so
அவங்களுக்கு
Pala
நன்றி
தண்ணி
சொல்லணும்.
குடிக்கிறோம்னாக்கா we have to thank the people of the hills.
ஜவ்வாது மலை,
Javadu Malai and
வெல்லூர் கிட்ட இருக்க மலை. Somebody are from Vellore. If the hills of Vellore don't get the correct waters and save it there's no water in Pala river. I know there are few people from Vellore. I met one person this morning from Vellore. Few people are there from Vellore. Yes, so some of you.
yeah,
So,
Tiruvallur University is from
so
Vellore,
it's
right?
obviously there. So you see, so you are the so என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு இந்த ஆங்கிலேயன் வந்த உடனே he called this மணவாழ் மக்கள், do you know what he called them? Tribals. He used a word called tribal. Tribal is a derogatory word. The word tribal means somebody inferior. நாகரிகம் இல்லாதவன். But he is your provider of your water. He is only saving it for you. He, she. So that's a tribal is a derogatory term used by Englishmen to say you are low. What is the word we should use for them? They are vanavasi. எங்க வசிக்கிறாங்க? வனத்துல வசிக்கிறாங்க. So vanavasi. அழகான பேர் இல்லையா? நீங்க நகரத்துல வச்சா நகரவாசி, கிராமத்துல வச்சா கிராமவாசி. Collectively we are all ஜனஜாதி. நம்ம எல்லாரும் இந்த ஜனங்கள். So unfortunately how they played with our mentality. They called us tribals and made our own brothers and sisters inferior. It's all playing by the follows, which is what Honorable Governor said this morning. Playing with our mind.
So, Ek Bharat also means our connection, even though we may live in a gramam or a nagaram,
Or a vanam.
every drop of water we are drinking and drawing from our from our rivers, we also have to thank, and we are connected through that water to the Vanavasi who are living in the hills and looking after our water springs.
30% of the Bharata Desam is vanam. Indian Forest Service has come up in the last 70, 80, 100 years. But your vanams have existed for 5,000, 7,000, 8,000 years. Who were your forest officers for the vanam for the balance 4,900 years or 7,900 years before the Indian Forest Service came into effect? Before the Forest Act came into effect? And they have practical ground experience of managing it, not the Anglican experience. Our people.
This is Ek Bharat. Now, for just 5 minutes now again, we will go back to our friend's question. So, how did we get the name India? So, Bharatam we have seen, we have enjoyed, we have relished, we have seen, and how we have seen we are all Ek. Right? And one of the qualities for us which we have seen as a prime quality is to relish knowledge. Because all this water gave us prosperity, we could afford to seek knowledge and enjoy. So now we shall see how did we get the name India? How recent or how old it is? How did it come to be?
In the Persian language, the syllable sir was pronounced as her. So the Persians and Arabs who came east towards the river Sindhu called the land around and beyond the river Sindhu as Hind. From this came Hindu, Hindustan. As the word Hind traveled west towards Greece from Persia, in the Greek language, H was interchangeable with I. Thus, Hind became Hind, Indian. Greek scholars of 200 BCE, Ptolemy and Ptolemy, both show India as Indian in their maps. Thereafter, the term
that we all know of the river Indus, right? In English we say Indus, Indus. But how do we call it? Sindhu, Sindhu Nadi.
This morning in the national anthem, we all said no, Sindhu.
So Sindhu Nadi. So this Sindh, the Persian, see languages you have to understand. First and foremost, just like we said the geography, we will see how the geography of this rain has shaped us in the coming session. But geography plays a great role in shaping your character. Geography also has a role to play in shaping your personal physique, your physiology, and your
body shape.
your body features have a role to play in shaping the sounds you can create, the sounds you make, therefore your language. That is why you have in different regions, for instance in India itself, you will, some places they will say sari, some places they will say sadi.
Pause here. What do you say it in English? Spell it. Yes, sir. How do you say it in Hindi? Sadi. So the same product by the same people, in English you say sari, in Hindi you say sadi. What is the Bay of Bengal called in Tamil? So the Bengal va becomes va Vangal in Tamil. Is it only of recent or you've been calling it so for 1,000 years? Any simple proof anybody can give? Anybody from Tiruchi, Srirangam, Srivilliputturu, Madurai? Anybody?
Madurai Kamaraj is here.
You are all there, no? ஒரு பழைய தமிழ் ஆண்டாள் என்னது வங்க கடல் கடந்த மாதவனை கேசவனை. So வங்க கடல் 1000 years ஆழ்வார்களே நாயன்மார். Morning honorable governor said ஆழ்வார், no? So வங்க கடல் கடந்த மாதவனை கேசவனை. So vanga has been used in Tamil language for the past thousands of years. Even today you say vanga kadal. You don't call it Bengal kadal in Tamil at all. So in English you call it Bengal.
And in Bengali, Anuragji will say that it is Bengal. So it is
Bangla. Bangla.
Bangla. So
Bango Mata. Bangla.
So like that, for Persians, the sa and her were interchangeable. So the Sindhu, the Sindh river, it became Hind river. Okay.
I'll give an example to you. I'll give an example. When we went to Azerbaijan, Baku, we went to the Caspian Sea to research at the Caspian Sea some 12, 13 years ago. The moment they saw us there, and as well as in Cairo airport some 10 years before that, the moment they saw us, they saw our passport and they saw her bindi. Do you know what they said? Hind, and gave us a passport.
They didn't call us India.
They didn't call us India, they called us Hind. The moment they saw us, the stamping fellow, he said, welcome, Hind. He didn't call us by name. For us, we are Hind. That is what happened. So because they call you as Hind. Jai Hind. I will come to Jai Hind tomorrow, sir. Who coined Jai Hind, how they coined will come to tomorrow. Because if we miss it, please remind me. Because there's a beautiful story to it. It's actually Tamil who gave the name Jai Hind to India. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
So Hind is how the Persians, so for them Hind meant the region around and to the east of the river Sindhu.
Around
that is
also.
all it means. Hind, Hindu, Hindustan, all of that only is a geographical term which means the river Sindhu, the region around and to the east of it.
So what is the region around Hind, around the river Indus today called? Around the river Indus, what is it called today? Pakistan. What is the original name given by the Persians? Hind. So what should we call it correctly then? Hindustan. So that's the original Hindustan. Because they gave the name to us. So when the term Hind traveled from Arabia to Turkey, we saw Rome in the morning, right? See, we are connecting all the points for you now. Inaikum Bharatham. Went from Turkey, crossed the Bosphorus Strait into Constantinople, Istanbul, and went to Greece. Greece. What is the connect? What is the language connect between Rum, Turkey, and Grekenad? They have some connect again. They also have because next country, like it's like so close. It's like Andhra and Tamil Nadu. So close. Like between Chennai and Nellore. That close. What happens? For them, the first H is dropped. H becomes I for them.
So instead of E sound, they just made E sound. So Hind became Ind. The H they dropped. So it just became Ind.
Ind.
And then in European languages, that Ind, they added endings. In the, Indi.
So when you go to, from Greece, you go to Germany, what do you add? You add an E in the end. It becomes Indi. When you go to France, what happens? They add an I in the end. It becomes Indi. Inde, Indi. When France, from France, I-N-D-I, Indi, it crosses the French, the English channel, not from Dover to Calais, but from Calais to Dover. When it crosses the English channel and goes to England, what do you do there? You add an A in the end. So the French Indi becomes in England, India. So the word Sindhu starting from here becomes Hind, goes from Hind, it becomes Ind, from Ind it becomes Indie or Indi, and from Indi it becomes India, and they come back to us and tell us, your name is India.
So that is how from Bharatham, we also have got a name, an acquired name, India.
So,
but here what I want to highlight to you all here is, we spoke about Bharatham and the qualities that we represent through Bharatham. Now with the name India, what does it signify? The name India is signifying to us, at least definitely it should signify to us, that the world saw that the people of Sindh and around and to the east of Sindh, they are different and they have a particular characteristic. They are one group. So they are ek. So the word India also unites us for the world. So in world's eye, India is also a uniting term for us.
Isn't
So
it?
we are all Indians. We are all
So they didn't call you
Bharatis, we are
Malabar,
all
they didn't call you
Indians.
Konkani, they didn't call you Coromandel, they didn't call you Vindhyachal. They collectively called India because even though they knew the 500 kingdoms, as Honorable Governor said this morning, they still called you collectively India because they saw you 250, 300, 400 years back as one land India.
One people.
One people. They saw you only as one. They didn't see you as 100. They didn't see you as 500. Whereas they saw France as separate, Germany as separate, Portugal as separate, Austria as separate. They saw themselves as separate pieces. But when they came here, they saw you only as one piece. One character. Gunam. You are Gunam. East, Oriental, East, Occidental, West. It's an Anglican term again. It includes China, Hong Kong, Japan, Indonesia, Philippines, Oriental. Oriental is what was philosophies. Oriental philosophies, Occidental philosophies. Thought process. So, Oriental, anything. See, there comes from the idea of Magna Carta, which I'm sure Sir IAS officer would have read it. It's all about the treaty, where the Pope tells Portugal and Spain, நீ வந்து ஒரு பாகம் எடுத்துக்கோ அவர் கேக் வெட்டி கொடுத்தார் உலகத்தை. He decided to cake vetify. ஒரு கேக் ஒரு பகுதி நீ எடுத்துக்கோ, ஒரு கேக் நீ எடுத்துக்கோ. That's where all the idea comes from. உலகத்தை அவங்க வெட்டி கொடுத்தாங்க. அவங்களுக்குள்ள நீ போய் சொராண்டு. அதுதான். So they decided that they are the Lord and Master to Sorandify.